Hello, students. In this lecture, we will discuss next part of the topic body language. Students, in our previous lecture, we discussed how the personal appearance and posture matters in our body language. And today, we will discuss gestures and hand movements, eye contact, and the facial expressions, which are an essential part of body language. So let us discuss all these components which are very important in a body language. So let us begin with the first gestures and hand movements. Just as a picture can silently speak 1,000 words, a gesture can communicate all that the speaker feels consciously or unconsciously. Gestures, to which in Punjabi gestures means ishare, ishare karna. Gestures and hand movements. J- Just as a picture can silently speak 1,000 words, gesture can communicate all that the speaker feels consciously or unconsciously. So, like a picture, our gestures can communicate whatever we feel while speaking, consciously or unconsciously. So, gestures are very important part of body language. Common gestures and their commonly understood meanings. Common gestures and their commonly understood meanings. First is waving indicates saying hello or goodbye. This is a common gesture. When we wave our hand at someone, it indicates that we are saying hello or goodbye to someone. Making a fist indicates anger. Making a fist indicates our anger. Thumbs up shows appreciation or agreement. Thumbs up, the sign of thumbs up, shows our appreciation to someone or our agreement with someone. Pointing means showing something. Crossed arms indicate submissiveness, defense, and negativity. Crossed arms show our submissiveness, our defense, and negativity. Hands on knees indicate readiness. Hands on knees. When we put our hands on knees, it indicates readiness, that we are going to do something, that we are going to take an action very soon. Locking hands behind one's back indicate one's arrogance. Locking hand behind one's back indicate one's arrogance. Rubbing the eye indicates doubt and disbelief. When someone rubs his or her eye, it shows his doubt and disbelief. So, these common gestures communicate a lot. A speaker or listener's gestures and hand movements can support and emphasize their state of mind. Imagine a speaker who keeps rubbing his her palms while delivering a speech. Imagine a listener who sits cross legged and also clamps his or her arms against the chest. Think of a communicator who keeps rubbing her face. What do you make of them? Means, what do you think of them? Do these people create a favorable impression on others? Clearly, they don't. Here, the author says that a speaker's or a listener's gestures and hand movements can support and emphasize their state of mind. If a speaker, while speaking or while addressing to the people or while talking to someone, keeps rubbing her palms, or imagine a listener who is listening to the speaker, he is sitting cross legged. Think of a communicator who keeps rubbing her face. Do you think all these people can create a good impression on others? No, they don't. They don't create favorable impression on others. It is so because though the gestures do not overtly convey anything, the impact created by them is telling enough. Therefore, it is advisable to use gestures and hand movements appropriately so that the impact created by them is graceful and suits the occasion. So, the author here advises to use gestures and hand movements to create good impression, to create a graceful impression or that suits the occasion. Given below are a few tips which should be borne in mind while using gestures and other hand movements. So, there are some tips which a person should keep in his or her mind while using gestures and hand movements. The very first is keep your hands in control. Don't let them have a life of their own. Means don't move your hands in a free way or here and there. Don't let your arms wave below your waist or allow them to loosely move about. Means your arms should be in control. Third is use graceful and socially acceptable gestures. You should use graceful and socially acceptable gestures. Fourth is avoid aggressive and provoking gestures. Your gestures should be such that don't provoke aggressiveness. Fifth is don't rub your palms or your face while speaking or listening to others. It suggests lack of confidence and uncertainty. If you rub your palms or your face while talking to someone, then it shows your lack of confidence and uncertainty. Sixth is don't keep your arms folded against your chest. It suggests evasion and fear, means it shows your nature of defense. Seventh is don't keep your hands locked behind you. It suggests concealment of your true personality. Your hands behind your back suggest the concealment of your true personality, that you are concealing, you are hiding. Concealment means to hide, that you are hiding your true personality. Eighth is avoid twitching or rubbing your nose. Don't twitch or rub your nose while talking to someone. Ninth is don't scratch your forehead or eyebrows or head. It suggests that you are unsure of yourself. Your scratching of your heads or eyebrows or head shows your uncertainty of yourself. 10th is don't lean onto lectern, it reveals lack of confidence. When you lean on the lectern or the chair, back of the chair, it reveals the lack of your confidence. 11th is avoid keeping your hands in your pocket. It suggests that you are hiding something from others. Avoid keeping your hands in your pocket means while talking to someone, you should not keep your hands in your pocket. It shows that you are trying to hide something. Hide means chupana, that you are trying to hide something from the other person. Next is avoid playing with key rings, etc. It distracts your listeners. When while talking to someone you keep playing with key rings or something else, then you can't put a good impression upon your listeners because it distracts the mind of your listeners. 13th is don't wring your hands or play with uh, don't wring your hands or play with rings on your fingers. It also doesn't put good impression. Don't try to play with your rings while talking to someone. So these are the good points. 14th number is don't tug on your shirt sleeves or shirt collars. It reveals your discomfiture. Don't tug on your shirt sleeves or shirt collars. It doesn't looks good. You can't create a good impression on others by tugging on your shirt sleeves or shirt collars. Don't scratch or crane your neck. It reveals uncertainty and doubt. When you try to scratch your neck, it also shows your lack of your confidence. It reveals your doubt, nature of doubt and uncertainty. So all one should keep all these tips in mind while making gestures or while talking to someone. Only then you can create a good impression upon others, upon your listeners. So next, this is the gestures and hand movements. Next point is eye contact, which is also an integral part of body language. Eyes are the windows to the soul. They truthfully convey the emotions and feelings one goes through. Eyes are windows to the soul means by looking at someone's eyes, we can judge another person. They truthfully convey the emotions and feelings one goes through. Means by looking at someone's eyes, we can judge the emotions or feelings of another person. Therefore, looking into a person's eye is the best way to understand his her attitude or reaction to all that you speak. Looking into a person's eye is the best way to understand his or her attitude or reaction to what you speak. Hence, maintaining an eye contact with your speaker and listener is the most important part of your non-verbal communication skills. So, eye contact is very important to create a good impression upon others. As a professional speaker, try to look into the eyes of the people in front of you. At times, the crowd that we face is huge. Huge means in great number. There are people in great number, and we feel nervous and hence start avoiding eye contact when sometimes we face while addressing to people we feel that there is a crowd, there is a large number of people, there are large number of people, then we feel nervous and start avoiding eye contact with them. Remember, however, that it is bound to spoil all the impact of your otherwise well written and well articulated speech. By avoiding eye contact with them, we spoil all the impact of our presentation, well written or well articulated presentation or speech. Similarly, if you avoid eye contact during a job interview, you are more likely to lose rather than gain. Same as the case with the job interview, that if during our job interview we start avoiding eye contact with the interviewers, then we are likely to lose the opportunity rather than to gain. It is so because someone who is not able to look into the eyes of their interviewers is considered edgy, nervous, and lacking in self confidence. So, the interviewers, when you try to avoid contact with eye contact with them, then your interviews judge you that you are nervous and you have a lack of self confidence. Even during group discussions and other meetings, the speakers become increasingly conscious of those who do not look at them as they speak. Even during group discussions and other meetings, the speakers become increasingly conscious of those who do not look at them as they speak. Again, speakers who do not look into the eyes of their listeners during meetings and other discussions are also likely to lose their credibility. So, eye contact is very important. Here are a few suggestions following which you will be able to use your eyes to support your effort in communicating your ideas effectively. So, here are some points to improve our eye contact with another person or to make a good communication. First is maintain good eye contact with your listeners. Second is while addressing a large gathering, ensure that you keep looking in all directions. Don't look at some specific point or some specific person. Make it sure that you are looking in all directions where the people are sitting. Third is, while others speak, observe them carefully and try to understand the non-verbal cues they emit. Try to understand the gestures of the audience also. And fourth is exude confidence through your eyes. You should make good eye contact because your eyes show your confidence level. Fifth is feel warmth for your fellow listeners or speakers. It is likely to improve your eye contact with them. Feel warmth for your fellow listeners or speakers. It is likely to improve your eye contact with them. Sixth is feel and express a willingness to connect and communicate through your eyes. Feel and express a willingness to connect and communicate through your eyes. So, by this discussion, it becomes clear that eye contact is also an integral part of body language by which we can create a good impression upon others. So, we should keep this in our mind while talking to another person. So, students, today we have covered 2 points, that is gestures and hand movements and eye contact. Both of these are integral parts of body language which one should keep in mind while talking to others, while communicating with others, to create a good impression upon others. And tomorrow we will continue with our next lecture and some more important facts of body language. Thank you. Thank you very much.